Everybody knows that Albuquerque is full of sunshine, good food, good community, and a ton of awesome places to visit. But the truth of the matter is that if you've never lived here or spent some time here, you really don't get the whole picture. So in today's video, I'm gonna be going over a few cool things that you're gonna wanna know before you call Albuquerque, New Mexico home. So grab your pen and your pad, let's get into today's video. Number one, the cost of living here. Now, everybody knows that the cost of living in New Mexico is lower than most of the other states. On average, you can spend anywhere from $300,000 to $400,000 on a house, and that's a pretty decent house, guys. That's not gonna be something like you see on all these posts where you're buying a shack for almost $1 million in California. You're actually getting a ton of bang for your buck. Now, all depending on where you're gonna wanna live, keep in mind these keynotes that if you do wanna live closer to the river or the Sandia Mountains or in Corrales, Peralta, and all these other cool little places that are almost villages within Albuquerque, you are gonna pay a pretty penny for that house, especially because it comes with some acreage. So if you are interested in moving into a house that has some land, I can direct you to that. Now, on average, the rent here can range anywhere from $1,200 to about $1,800. Again, that's all depending on what zip code you're staying in and the size of the house. Groceries, on the other hand, pretty typical down here. They're fairly inexpensive unless you're living on the outskirts, because obviously they're going to tax you for that because it takes a lot more gas and a lot more effort to get those groceries to these rural towns. But on average, we are experiencing the cost of living being anywhere from 10 to 20% lower than most major cities. Now, utilities, on the other hand, super dirt cheap here. I think on average, I pay anywhere from $200 to $300. Now, keep in mind that my house is always on. My wife works from home, my kids are homeschooled, so they're always got some type of electronic on. And especially when I come home to work, I got TVs on, music playing, lights on, cameras on, all kinds of different things on, and still with the refrigerated air unit, we pay anywhere from $200 to $300. So tons of savings there. I know some people that are paying almost $900 a month, and that's outrageous to me. I guess the only caveat and the only thing that is a downfall here to this cost of living is that sometimes the pay doesn't always match up. Look, if you're wondering what living in New Mexico could mean to you, you've come across the channel. And if this is your first time tuning in to the Living in Albuquerque channel, guys, welcome. My name is Eli. Go ahead and hit that subscribe and notification bell down at the bottom. That way you never miss out on any videos, because I am dropping videos just like this, talking about what this beautiful state of New Mexico has to offer and all the great things in it. And if you are planning on moving down here within the next 6 months, even the next year, that number popping up on the screen is my direct line. Feel free to call or text me at any time, because as much as I love doing these videos, I am a licensed real estate agent here down in New Mexico, and I love to help you out with your real estate needs. There's something to be said about this next topic that gets people just like motivated to move here, and it's strange. Like, I didn't get it until I got a little bit older, and now I fully understand with being an adult that the weather is super important. Albuquerque has great weather. New Mexico overall has great weather. Here we experience about 300 plus sunny days of good weather. On average, during the summertime, you're gonna see, temperatures fluctuate anywhere from like 80 to 90 degrees. This summer was pretty hot, so we've seen continuous temperatures of 100 and over. Right now, I think it's like 101, 102, but it's still not as hot as places like Arizona, for instance. It's also not gonna get super cold here. I think on average, we see temperatures in the wintertime around like 20 degrees. It is below freezing, it is cold, I'm not gonna deny that. With all the coffee shops that we have here, sitting around a cozy fire, drinking a nice cup of coffee, just makes it all worth it. Now, you gotta remember that we do live in a high desert, so the temperatures are gonna fluctuate throughout the day. So just to prepare you, you're gonna want to layer up, especially in the wintertime, because as soon as that sun comes up, it gets warm. Now, during the summer months, it's just gonna be hot, and then you're just not gonna wanna step outside during the day just because it's hot and dry, right? It's not hot and humid like Texas or, Louisiana or any of these other places. It still gets pretty dang hot. There's no denying that. So if you don't like the extreme heat, or hey, you just don't care, you wanna go outside for a run and you wanna sweat it off, or you just wanna hang out in my garage like me and sweat profusely because you're insane just like me, and you enjoy sweating because it feels good, it feels like you're actually working and doing something, then welcome to New Mexico. Again, just understand that throughout the day, the temperatures will fluctuate. In the mornings, it's cool. During the day, it's hot. And then back again, when the sun drops, it gets cool again. So it makes those evenings, especially now coming into the fall, a lot more enjoyable. Topic number 3. Now, a lot of people resonate with this one here, and you might resonate with it as well. Now, if you are coming down from a busy city like Dallas, Denver, Los Angeles, Miami, New York, Boston, wherever you're coming from, I can tell you this much, is that it's gonna be a whole 180 shift when it comes down to living here in Albuquerque. Now, the pace of life is way slower down here. We actually call this place the Lana Mañana, and I've heard a bunch of people within my comment section on social media tell me that I've never heard that somebody call it that. Truth is, guys, is that I didn't coin the term. A bunch of people that are way older than me have actually told me that because of the way things move here. People always put things off to tomorrow and call it procrastination or whatever you want. People are really just okay with living their lives at their own pace. So if you're ready for that, that might be something that you actually move down here for, because you're tired of the constant noise, you're tired of the constant, you know, people everywhere thing. You want to be able to hit a trail, you want to walk your neighborhood, you want to go into a store late in the evening and it be empty. For us, we like shopping at Sprouts over here on the west side because in the evenings it's totally empty, nothing but a bunch of old folk. And nothing against the old folk, you go to these stores and you don't cause a ruckus. Like, it's pretty awesome. And for me, I get so much stimulus throughout the day that when I go to the grocery store and I can just shop without having all this distraction, I actually make better food choices, right? I don't go through all the middle aisles. Aside from all the jokes and everything, guys, traffic down here, you're not gonna deal with a whole bunch of it unless you're trying to cross the river in those traffic times. Again, 7 o'clock in the morning, 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Outside of that, you're gonna be able to get to anywhere within the city within 15 to 20 minutes. Unless you live in Rio Rancho, it might take you anywhere from 30 to 45. The fourth topic, and the last topic that I really wanna shed some light on, is gonna be the growth and development of Albuquerque. Now, Albuquerque can't grow anymore. The only place we can go is west. And going west means that there's less people, less businesses, and less things to do. Unless you're into off-roading, four-wheeling, driving dirt bikes and all that stuff, then you got tons of open mesa. For the most part, Albuquerque is such a big mix of new and old development because there isn't anywhere else to go. A lot of people are taking these older places and older homes and redeveloping the whole thing, making them look nice and brand new. Some people call it gentrification, but it's all depending on who's coming and doing it. For the most part, it's a lot of locals taking the homes in their own neighborhoods and actually doing something nice for the neighborhood, raising property values, giving somebody a nice place to live, and doing great things here. So it's locals investing back into the community, like me. We help out a ton of people with helping them get out of any kind of situation. I do work with investors, so I do have people that buy houses for cash. So if you're a local and you've got a house that you just want to get rid of, we can help you out with that too. Again, that number popping up on the screen is my direct line. Feel free to call or text me with any house that you're wondering. So again, the newer developments are going to be on the outskirts of town, mainly Los Lunas, Rio Rancho. Not so much in Tijeras because it's pretty rural and mountainous and not a lot of people are building houses out there unless they're custom homes. And if you're into that kind of thing, we also help people out with that as well. Man, we just help out people with a plethora of things. We like to give you a bunch of options. So if you're curious to know, like, jobs and all that stuff, the job market is growing here. There is the main ones like the healthcare, you got the UNMs and the Presbyterians, you have Intel, Sandia Labs, Los Alamos, and then of course all the local things, and of course Netflix really giving the people the upper hand here. I hope that as somebody that has never really experienced Albuquerque or New Mexico altogether, I hope that this video really lays it out for you in kind of just like a blanket, right? Gives you an idea of what to expect when you are looking to relocate down here. Now, there's a bunch of different nuances that come with moving, and that number popping up in the screen is my direct line. Call or text me at any time because I love to help you really discover what Albuquerque has to offer to you. Whether you're relocating for a job, you want to finally purchase your first house, or you want to downsize and make that retirement stretch, we help people in all types of walk of life. So feel free to hit me up. I can't wait to chat with you and get on a quick Zoom call. I'm gonna get back to the rest of my desk duties because we got deals closing this week, and I wanna make sure that these people that are relocating down here get the best of me and get taken care of as best as possible. So I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.